We got some repayment limits for the 2025 tax filing season. This is for the 2024 tax year. So the questions come up a lot about subsidy reconciliation and do I have to pay back a subsidy if I make more than what I projected for my 2024 health plan? So the simple answer is yes. If you make in excess of what you project, that would be reconciled on your 2024 tax return, which you file in 2025. Now, there are certain exceptions to this, and you can see this with this chart based on what percentage of the FPL you're at. So there's a max repayment amount. So for a single taxpayer, you can see what these max repayment amounts are, depending on where you fall within the FPL. So if we look at an example, and you can use this calculator too to kind of determine what you may have to pay back. So if I want to pick a state, let's say I'm going to pick PA. I'm just going to throw in a zip code here. Let's see. And let's say somebody makes $50,000, or they project that they're going to make 50,000 for their 2024 plan year, or so that's no one. So you can kind of see here where you fall within that percentage, 332. So the 332 is 2025. It doesn't change all that much. It'll still give you a good gauge for what 2024 would be. But let's change the age here. Let's just do 50. And you can see how the subsidy would change. So let's say this person that's 50 thought they were going to make 50,000. And let's say, they ended up making 60,000. So then you could, of course, put that in here and see what percentage of the FPL you're going to be at. So that's still under 398. So you could see the financial help is 85 a month. And then the max repayment is 1575. But if we jump back over here and we want to look at what it was, the subsidy at 50,000 again. So we got 98 at 60,000, and at 50,000 we got 225. So that's a difference of 127 and 127 times 12. Let's just call it like 1550. So slightly under that repayment limit. Now, where you'll obviously see the biggest difference is if your income ends up varying greatly. Like if you project 40 and then you end up making like 120, there's a good chance you're going to pay back most, if not all, of that subsidy. For a single taxpayer, that's around 50, depending on where you are in the country. Usually at 120,000, you're not getting a subsidy or a tax credit as well. So this subsidy, it's based off the second lowest silver cost plan. So the higher that plan is in your area, the more of a credit you get. So second lowest cost silver plan right here. But this is how this repayment chart works. Now there are some, different examples too. Like let's say you apply as a married couple, right? And then there's a divorce at any time in that 2024 tax year. When you go to file your 2024 tax return in 2025, and they're looking at that individual's income, because it's really based on the tax filing, the taxable household. So if a divorce is finalized in 2024, that means you're going to file as a single person in 2024. So there are some caveats to this, some other situations, but this is the main kind of variable that comes into play as far as the max payback per tax payer. Yeah, for more info on ACA plans, subsidy, reconciliation, anything in general that has to do with health, you can always subscribe to our channel. We'll try and keep it updated for you and put out more content. Thank you.